Yeah, I think it's just a real true sign of the guys' persistence. We put a lot of pressure on them in the 18-yard box. We were creating fantastic moments and we were just millimeters away and that finish wasn't coming. But we kept getting in the right spaces. We kept putting the ball in the right areas, and their persistence and they're staying 100% committed to what we're trying to do. They showed that tonight and they got the rewards for it.
Carlos got 5 hold, first goal. Second goal was kind of a cheap pen. Like, both velocity goals, run a play, all 3 goals, run a play. How did that feel? Get all the goals from the run and play. Like, there's a flow and a rhythm to the attacking play.
Yeah, I'll just say this is that the guys have been working extremely hard at that part of our game. We had obviously an off weekend last weekend, and we've been really dialing in on that part of our game. And I think tonight was a sign of the hard work that the players have put in. And not just the hard work, but their application of what we're working on in training in a game is the most important thing. And that was a sign of that tonight. They deserve all the credit.
Link up, effort, everything seemed pretty crisp. Talking to Ariel, can you talk about him a little bit? I'd mentioned to him, I was like, I've watched every bit of tape I could see on that player. I didn't see the defensive hard yards, but tonight, my God, there was a moment where you were screaming at him. I know it was appreciation, because I was screaming. I lost my voice. Talk about Ariel's play tonight, especially on the defensive side.
Yeah, listen, I think it's easy for me to celebrate the goals. It's easy for us all to celebrate the goals, but on the defensive side, I ask a lot of our wingers, and the incredible amount of work that he, Pierre, Kamani, when he was out wide a little bit, those guys put in tonight was incredible. And when they don't win every tackle, but in the moments you can see them trying to work, trying to pressure, trying to force their opposition into the right spaces. That deserves to be celebrated because you can see the desire and the fight that those guys have got. So yeah, Ariel is he's a guy who's coming to our team right now who is finding his way into the team. He's a very creative attacking player. At the defensive side of the game, he's still learning about how we want to play. But I think tonight we saw a massive step in his game forward and in the defensive side of his game. And going forward too, you can see his creativity. So I think overall for him tonight was a really good performance.
The run in the Charlotte game by Javier Martin-Hill from Pierre's squared ball in that goal was one of the more exceptional goals I think the team has scored so far. Tonight, again, Javier really likes to bomb forward. He likes to play on his front foot. He and Roman seem to have a pretty good relationship playing together. Talk a little bit about Javier and him playing alongside Roman. Is that giving you thoughts about starting the two of them? Like, what's talk me through that a little bit.
Yeah, listen, Javi is, first of all, he's not played a ton, but when he comes on, he gives everything. And that's what he's about. He gives everything. And by definition, he is a more defensive player. He's actually a right back by trade. But of course, he's got a really difficult guy to beat in Roman. But when he steps into the field, he gives everything. And even though he steps in as a winger most of the times, he turns his attacking mind on and he goes after it. And the work that he puts in games when he comes on, and in addition to the work he puts in here every single day, his attitude is fantastic, his work rate is fantastic, and he comes on and he has moments like that. That is because of him. That is because of the attitude and the work that he puts in every single day. He could complain and say, I'm not playing a lot. He doesn't. He keeps his mouth shut, he grinds, he works hard, and every moment he gets, he does his best. And I think he got his rewards tonight.
He got his second professional goal tonight.
Yep.
Coach, what can you say a little bit about Andre's performance tonight? It seemed like he was everywhere on the pitch. The goal he scored, he had to run like 20 yards and get that interception and then score. Just what can you say overall about his performance?
Yeah, I think between Andre, Colin and Jack when he came on, like I ask a lot of my wingers, I ask a lot of my central midfielders. They've got to cover a lot of distance left to right when we're defending, and then when we go forward, we've got to find a way to get numbers in the box. And Andre is a little bit more attacking minded, likes to get forward. So you saw that in that moment. But again, the work rate from all those guys tonight was incredible. Omaha is such a difficult team to play against. They've got high quality players. We've got to defend the right spaces and defend them really well. If our first layer is broken, we've got our second layer. If our second layer is broken, we've got our third layer. Sometimes they get through you because they are a good team. But the work rate of Andre, Colin and Jack tonight when he came on was fantastic. To win a game against Omaha, and I don't put that lightly, they're a very good team, and Dom deserves credit. To win a game against Omaha is not easy. They're probably one of the best defensive teams in the league. So to get that result tonight, the guys deserve a lot of credit.